Can you hear me though?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Just,
Damn, why do you sound so low though? I can almost not hear you.
yes, yes.
Damn, let me see if I need an hold on.
Just try to adjust the volume up somehow.
Let me makes it any better. Mic
I
check.
cannot hear you. I cannot hear you from the other side.
Hold up. I'll figure it out.
Just check on
Uh,
the for you.
can you hear me now?
Yes, somehow from a distance.
From a distance? Damn, what's going on? Let me see. Give
Yes,
me
you
two
can
seconds.
be heard from a distance somehow.
You know the interesting part is I can hear you from a distance and you can also hear me from a distance.
I don't know what's happening.
Hold on. I'll figure this one out. This
Volume
can't be
is
too
up.
hard. Nakusikia, but from a distance.
Okay, you can hear me from a distance.
I can hear you, but it's very faint.
Oh,
Let me try and
is it?
see. I'm trying to figure like why would that even be a thing? Hold on. My volume is max.
And also from this side, it's max. It's max
Damn,
also from this side.
it's very interesting. Let me see.
I don't know what's the problem.
Hold on, let me try and see. Okay, change this. Can you hear me any better with this or not?
Yes, I don't know if the audience can hear us from the other side.
No, I can
Thank
hear
you so
you.
much
Like you're
for
getting
watching.
louder. Now I can kind of hear you.
So I don't know.
Are you still hearing me kind of low or? Because I can hear you now.
You can hear me loud now.
Yeah, I can hear you fairly well. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Then we can go on, but of course I can hear you from a distance somehow. From a
Wow. I
distance.
wonder if we don't have anybody on, so there's no way to test and tell.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
Maybe I try and exit and return. I don't know if that's gonna work, but
We we go off and we return.
yep. Maybe I go off, I hop off, and I get back on.
I don't know if anybody's just watching from the other side if they can hear the audio.
Yeah, because now I can hear you. For a while you were low, but you've got better.
Wow. I don't know. What could be the problem. Let me try
Let me
this
hop
again.
off and hop back in and see if that fixes.
Okay.
All right, I'll do that. Be right back.
I don't know if you can hear me from the other side. How is the audio? I don't know if you can hear from the other side. Hello, 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 hello. If you can hear me from the other side, you can join this live stream if you can. Yes.
Hii iPhone mzima inataka kuniangusha bana.
Ate?
Nasema iPhone mzima inaniangusha bana. Haifai. It's crazy.
eh?
Can you hear me or I'm still low?
Yes, I can hear you, but still the audio is not that of no, the audio is very low.
So you kind of feel like yeah, because I got these earphones on, so it should be pretty decent. Yeah.
So you can also hear me from a distance.
You are in the distance at the beginning, but sahi uko sawa. Mi nakusikia vizuri.
Sahi
Wacha
niko
hata
sawa.
nitoe hii nione na difference. Hebu ongea for 1 minute.
How about
Yeah,
today?
it's almost like, hold on. This is interesting because it's almost like I need to have you. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I have you on speaker now.
Oh,
Mic
sawa
mode
speaker
for
now.
me is, hold on.
And on this other side, my audio is
Voice isolation, wide spectrum. Nope. Man, it's so interesting because I have you on speakerphone, full volume.
and I can be heard all over the house.
Yeah. I can hear you though, so I just don't know what others are hearing, and I cannot. I don't see the chat though. Oh, hold on. Is it this option down here? Okay, tap to chat. Okay, live chat. All messages are visible. Okay, makes sense. Got it. I guess I'll see the chat when somebody's chatting. I don't see it though.
The chat, you are not seeing the chat.
Are you seeing it?
And of course, it's there.
No, I'm not.
But again, there's nobody who is on the chat.
Okay.
I don't know. There is nobody on the chat, so it simply means like nobody's chatting from the other side. I don't know
Okay,
if
got it. Got it.
Saron and everybody else around.
Joined or did not join? Yeah.
Yes, I don't know if they are in the chat.
Yeah, it says
By the way,
live
how
chat.
is your evening out there?
It's good, man. Busy. I've been hustling the whole time. Tired though.
Been hustling the whole day.
Tired. No, I worked from home today, so it wasn't as bad. So, the usual, chilling, relaxing. But it was busy though. Work was busy. I'm not gonna lie. I was in and out of meetings. Kazi. I was in and out of meetings. That's for sure. It was a busy day. Typical Zoom meetings. Constantly on calls, hop from one meeting onto the other, back onto another, and it's like
Oh,
it's crazy, but it's a work from home culture out here, so kind of get used to it.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know whoever is watching us if the audio, how's the audio out there. You can let us know in the comment section, like how is the audio? Can you be able to hear us clearly from where you are? Maybe because from my side, still the volume is very very low.
Yeah, I can hear you now. If I have my earpiece on, I can hear you well. But immediately I take my earpiece off, I can hear you like real low on the speakerphone. It's almost like you're
Okay,
distant. But now I can hear you. Like,
okay.
and the funny
How
thing,
is
it's the same for
everything?
you on your
Yes.
side, though. So it's also the interesting part is you can also kind of hear me the same way. So it's confusing for me.
That's what I'm wondering. Like every now and then, this phone of mine has this loud audio, so I don't know like what's happening. I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
if
just
it's
like we got on and the audio just went like real low. And I'm like, I'm looking at my settings. I'm jumping back and forth, going to my settings, and it's like nothing that I see that I need to change. Like
yes, of
it
course,
doesn't.
and I'm on. on full volume.
Hmm. I took my phone and I was like, not that good. Headphone off. Now you're frozen. I guess you guys have to deal with me now because I'm the host. Well, I see three people online. I am not sure if you guys can hear me. Throw a one in the chat if you can. Let me know if you guys can hear me, if anything.
Yes.
I can hear you.
I don't know what's happening. I was just trying to check on my settings and everything's okay. So
Hmm.
I don't know now what I'll do because I might
Yeah,
have to move very close to the phone so that I can be
yeah.
able to
It's
hear.
yeah. That's crazy though. It's almost like you need an earphone to hear me. Like the only is like if I do this, I take this off. Now I have to do this.
You have to. You have also to
Yeah,
move
I have to
closer.
come real close to my phone to hearing. So that's just interesting.
So I don't know.
I'm messing with this
Share
settings and it
the
says
link. Can you be able to share the link?
voice isolation. And here's the interesting part is that my chat just says welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by the chat. But I don't have anywhere to chat. Like it's just black.
Yes, of course. It's the same case from this side. It's the
Okay,
same
so I guess
case from
until
this side.
somebody says something.
Yes, if somebody maybe if you could have shared the link. What if you could have shared the link and somebody else tries to come up, tries to request and receive the audio will be the same.
Yeah, I don't have anybody else to share the link with. Yeah, nowhere. Like this is just like I just see
What if we
some
post
messages
it on
that
the chat and we just pin it?
yeah, I don't have anywhere on my phone that gives me the option to even put in like chat
And of course, yes, there is one person who is just watching, and I don't know if they
quietly.
run around.
But I guess what we have to do is either we have to test this on a good day and figure it out. Oh, raise the headphone.
Oh,
You sound
I sound
low.
low, and like, how about from the other side? How about on it on the other side? How are you receiving
Am I clear,
the audio from
Reza?
me?
Am I clear or not? I don't know. Like it's I'm hearing you low. Headphone, you say you can hear that I'm a little low, so I'm. Oh, I'm loud and clear. I guess we're on the U.S.
It's
side, so
loud
it
and
makes
clear from your
sense.
side. so what's so what's happening from the
Oh
other
my
side?
goodness. But Espen, you guys have internet issues in Kenya. Like you lost cable connectivity in the Indian Ocean. So one of the cables are compromised. Like I was watching a video earlier with a content creator in Kenya and he was dropping off like seriously, he was dropping off the chat every like 4 3 minutes. He dropped off, reconnected, dropped off, reconnect. Like Kenya is having massive internet issues right now.
That's what happened. That's what happened on Sunday evening. It happened since Sunday evening. So it was like I had to end the live stream during the Sunday evening live stream which we are doing here. I had to
Oh
end
yeah.
the live stream because everybody was complaining like the video was of low quality and it was blabbering over. So
And
I had to
tell
end the
me,
live
tell
stream.
me, tell me, tell me this though. Like for I find it weird that YouTube requires a two-step process to get on a live. So if I'm trying to get on a live on my mobile device, I have to go to another source like a laptop and start the live if I'm not like it just didn't make sense. I tried to go live on my mobile and it looked like I never went live. Like I went live on the device I was using, the cameras that I was using were saying I'm live, but it still looks like I have to go to the studio to turn on the live.
Oh, you are trying to go live
I tried to
on your
go live
phone?
on the weekend, yeah, and I did it on. So I have these cameras. What do you call them? They're called Mevo. That's what I use when I DJ. So I use the Mevo cameras. The Mevo cameras have an app, an independent app that they use, so they can say, like for example, they can say create a profile, use Restream, um, to go live. And so I can have profiles. I can go live on multiple sites using the Mevo app. I can go live on what's that other site that I use a lot? I can go live on Twitch, and I can also go live on YouTube all at the same time. Yeah,
But
so
when you tried it, it didn't.
did not work. It showed that I was live on the on the Mevo app, but nothing recorded to YouTube. So I was watching videos and they're like, oh, you got to go into the studio and kind of also start the live in the studio app on YouTube. So I just thought that doesn't make sense.
So it was like you must have to go to a YouTube studio for you to go live.
It looked like I had to go to YouTube Studio to accept that live session that I started on the Mevo app.
So now it's if you want to go live now, you must have to go to YouTube Studio or use your phone to go live.
I have to click on I have to click on the Mevo app, then I guess go on my phone and then go into the studio and start the live session and tell it, hey, there's Restream running, but I need to start that Restream. It will show up probably in the studio as a video in session, but it's interesting to watch. Like I think it's a redundant step, and a lot of people complain about it on the internet. I've seen people say, "Oh, why do I have to start?" Like, for example, the DJI cameras. You'll still have to go through that process. You can start a live session on DJI, then DJI still needs you to go to the studio to start a live. So I just find that interesting. But anyway, yeah.
So even if there is a, so you said like the DJI has an app where you just stream on multiple sites.
It has
So
its
even you
inbuilt.
want to stream on YouTube, it won't accept.
You see, Rizwan is like, thankfully, he's not wearing a Wizards jersey. Come on, man. The Wizards, actually, I'm a Celtics fan, so I'm good. I'm good on that. I've never been like a Wizards, but I am a Washington Commanders fan. So soccer, I'm with the Commanders. Baseball, I'm with the Nats. Um, Basketball, I'm with Boston. That's my that's my ride or die team.
So
Yeah.
which is the your favorite sport now? If you can be able to support all these, which is your
Yeah.
favorite sport now?
So there's baseball. I mean, my favorite is still. I still think like with time. There's a time. I think I'm older now, so I hang out. I don't hang out around crews. I don't do crews that much anymore. Like I don't have a crew that I go, oh, I'm going to so and so's house to watch football. So my football has kind of died down, and and I think the thing I struggle with is I have to pay extra because I live out of the how can I explain this? I live out of the area where like the local team where I live technically is the Ravens. So the Ravens, when the Ravens are playing, I can't watch my football team. If my football team has a game on that same day, the preference is the Ravens game. So I think that has kind of like messed up my football watching. Last season, I bought a package that lets me watch my team any day if they have a game, but I still think the cost doesn't make sense.
Okay, so it's like there are areas where you must have to add a package for it to watch something else.
Yeah, because let's say you're in let's say your local team is Madara North, right? Madara FC, and they're playing, and you used to like watching Madara FC, then you move to Kisumu, right? And you just want to watch your team play, but Kisumu has God playing on the same day. So God is gonna get the preference, and you live in Kisumu, but they're playing at the same time. Back in Nairobi, Madara North is playing a game, so Kisumu doesn't care that Madara North has a game at the same time. So they're gonna broadcast on the local station
They
their
must have to
game, which
broadcast
is
their local.
yeah. So that's how it works. So I moved out of my zone, so I don't watch my football slash commander games at that level. So it's always interesting. So that has
Okay.
killed it. So I watch more of basketball now. I'm more of a basketball person, but the seasons end, and the beauty about it is it bounces back and forth. Like when this season ends, like baseball starts, and you watch a bit of baseball. I didn't grow up here, so I'm not big on baseball, but I watch it when I can.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Saroni say I can't eat on that too much. Raven's notion.
I mean,
What's that?
listen, Razor is like Razor is like at least your market teams aren't the Panthers or sorry Falcons. Yeah, so he's North Carolina has the Panthers. That's their football team, and by football, not soccer. Like so, here football is American football. It's not the football.
Oh, the American
Yeah,
football.
yeah. We call
Okay.
football that you guys call we call that soccer. So you guys watch soccer. You don't watch football. Here, football is different. It's
So I
American
just
football.
found out like football is a different thing from soccer.
Yes. So
So
if you
soccer is
tell an
like the one
American
we watch
football,
England.
it's American football. It is not soccer. Yeah, you guys watch soccer, not like English Premier League is soccer. It's not here. It's not called football.
It's not football.
Yeah, it's soccer, man.
Different worlds, different things.
Yeah, I tell you, different world, different things. People, it's different for sure. You come
Yes,
here and you
yes.
start saying football, football. They'll be like, "What teams are those?" Yeah, Riz's teams suck. Falcons are pathetic. Falcons suck, and the Panthers. I mean, granted, he's not from Georgia, Atlanta, but the Panthers, the Carolinas, ugh, that team. mm. Ever since they lost Cam Newton, it's been a wrap. Not that we like. They have their coach, so they lost the coach, and the coach came to coach the Commanders. I don't know if we're gonna keep him or if we should, but listen,
We'll
he's saying
see.
that soccer is for children here. Yeah, he's right. Kids, so that's an interesting thing. I don't get it. Kids here, their schools are what they call elementary and high school, and even college level, big on soccer. But it's almost like it never translates to anything. Like there's no major market for it. I mean, it's growing. Trust me. There are foreign players coming here, like Messi is here and all that. So it's growing. It's fine. But still, you wonder what happens to all these kids because all you see at schools are kids playing soccer, like soccer, like World Cup soccer. But after that, it just fizzles out. Like nobody ever played the game. Like the average American will almost like tell you they don't even know what the rules are. So I'm so confused when it comes to like soccer in this country because almost anybody who has a child, their kid plays soccer. So I find
So
that real interesting, if you ask.
so for the Americans, like soccer really means nothing to them. They are not
Soccer
interested
means
so much.
they're not, and I think it's because if you look at the average games that are played in the United States, they have what I call instant gratitude. Like they're quick scoring. There's a lot like basketball is a lot of scoring, right? Um, American football, typically, yes, there's a lot of scoring. There's action. There's always stuff. going on. People coming off the field, people coming on, and they're switching in and out. So there's instant gratitude. It's almost like instant coffee. Um, you're seeing scores go up. So I think the patience with soccer on 100-yard field with potential of seeing no goal and taking all that time to move that ball from one corner to another is something that a lot of people here don't warm up to. They just don't get it. They're like, why does one half take about 45 minutes?
Okay, okay, good.
Yeah.
So they're like they want this quick scores and all everything which they can enjoy really, really quick. Not like you just waiting for 45 minutes for somebody
Yeah,
else to
they're
finish.
sitting, they don't get that whole process where, you're sitting that long watching a soccer game. Like, it makes no sense to them whatsoever. They're just like, it's real low reward, like, to be out there watching soccer for them. Like,
Yes,
it's just
yes,
not.
Sfiwe. Thank you for coming, Sfiwe. How are you doing, Sfiwe?
If
And
it were
welcome. Yes, of course.
Theodore.
It's a yes.
I remember the last time Theodore was here, he was like, he thought we meant he was a lady. So I'm going to call him today Sir Theodore.
So is that brother Onate? Yes, of course. That's Sfiwe from South Africa. Is just saying like that's Sfiwe. Yes. Only thing
Yes,
I
that's
like
me.
about
That's me.
soccer was having a reason to trip somebody up.
And get a yellow card.
So that's what you enjoyed, like for tripping somebody for no reason, but you have a reason because it's a soccer. That's when you have like a reason why.
It's interesting. It's
That's the
interesting
reason
though.
why this dude here, Saron, likes it, like the soccer thing.
Right, right. And people also
Yes.
don't get the whole penalty at the end of the game. Like, you go through all that trouble and then you go and shoot the ball. I don't know how many, like, you end the game on probability. People are like, nah, that doesn't make sense. But
So they just don't get it.
they
Like,
don't get
why
they
you
get it,
should
but they
run
don't.
around for like 45 minutes before you go off time, and then you come back,
And
run
then
around.
come back, run another 45 minutes. Like, the halves are so long. Like, you watch
You get
basketball,
scored.
it's quarters, everything. Like, so football is, I mean, it's different. Their sports is different. Yeah. The culture is
Okay,
picking up.
okay.
Like, people out here support Premier League teams. Like, you can find Irish bars out here that show like soccer games. So, like, you can go to an Irish bar, you'll watch a Liverpool game, any Premier League, like English League soccer. So it's there at a level, but it's never going to be like the NFL. Like, the teams, like American football grows so much money, dude. Man, that I mean, the money in the NFL could easily be Kenya's what do you call it when you're looking at the gross, like whatever rates in Kenya. It could easily run the economy in Kenya, man. We're talking a lot of money.
Yes, of course. Sifio is asking why is my audio is not loud as yours. I don't know what to answer to him. Because from my side, I can like I don't know what really happened. I don't know what happened.
I'm just
Or
gonna
if
say
because I
my
was just using the mic and I just dropped it. I don't know.
I'm just gonna say my iPhone is not playing fair with his Android. Just dominating his Android phone, dominating his Android
It's
phone.
dominating.
Hmm. I mean,
Okay,
the irony is, that's funny, is a guy who fixes phones. So I'll let him answer those
Saron is
questions.
like gross domestic product.
Yes, yes, the word I was looking for was gross domestic product. Thank you, Red. So at least somebody here went to school. Thank God.
Brother, I need stop buying $200 microphones.
Hey, listen, my side is loud and clear, man.
Yes, of course, and I don't know on my other side. I don't know what really happened. Just maybe it's because I was just using the headphone, or it's a gross domestic product as you booting it.
Totally. Yeah.
Yes.
But what happens if you
Uh,
put a mic? What happens if you use a your mic? Where's your mic? The cable mic that you usually have.
even if I use the mic, and then I don't know, I use it because it doesn't have like an
No, it
earphone.
still
It will
doesn't
just
have it. Yeah, yeah,
completely block
yeah. Got it.
the audio.
It will. It will. Yeah,
Yes.
makes sense.
I
Makes
don't
sense.
know. Let me try to plug it and hear. Okay. Can I be heard from the
Yeah,
other
now I can
side?
hear you better.
How was it?
It was loud.
But if I plug it now, it simply means like I cannot hear you now what you're
Yeah,
talking.
I get it. I get it. It's just gonna even make the situation worse. I can hear you good now.
And
But
I don't have earphones with me. So it's
another
supposed like
win for Apple products. By the way, they're not paying me to market their stuff. But anyway,
okay, okay, okay. Maybe I'm
this
supposed like when I was setting up the live stream, then I was not supposed to set when the earphone, the mic was on the phone.
yeah. So you see
That's why.
Theodore. So Theodore. So you go. He could hear you better when you plugged in, and immediately you plugged off.
Low
It went
again.
low again. Yeah, but that's the point.
But we can hear you though. So
Yeah, I can hear. I think we're good as long as you're closer to the phone. You're fine. Yeah, but
yes, I can hear
American
you from
football,
South Africa.
American football is legit, man. And those guys sell stuff. I mean, the T-shirts, everything that goes with the NFL is just like it's money.
Check on Saron. Check on Saron. What's Saron asking?
We're steady winning, man. Apple is here winning.
Is your wife better? Apple is watching. Yes, of course. Uh, what do you mean, Saron? My wife is better. What do you what do you mean?
Oh, he's
You
saying
use
because yesterday she had. You remember you said she had a cold, like she had a bit of like a flu. So I think he's asking, is she feeling better today?
okay,
Yeah, I think yesterday
and
she had a bit of a cold, quite a homa.
oh, okay, okay, okay. She's somehow doing better, and again, my little daughter also is having also the flu, and yes, of course, she's doing better, of course, and she was in pain. Yes, of course, yesterday until this morning, but she's taking some medicals. Uh, what can I call the
Medication.
medicine?
Yeah.
Yeah, the medication she was given from the pharmacy. So at least today, this evening, she was doing real good, and yeah, she's doing. She's okay somehow from this other side.
That's good.
She was in pain. Yes, that was you meant. Yes, of course. She's okay for now. She's doing better. Yeah, that's what I can say. Like on it, you said like kids are having an off day.
Yeah, today
What's
kids were
happening?
off, man. It's like there's election stuff that's going on. So I guess they shut the schools down so people can go. At least teachers can get a chance to go do their civic duty.
Oh, their civic duty.
Hmm.
When you said like the school they're off, and I was like, okay, even kids there they do go off. and like here in Africa, we are we are used to like when you employed somewhere and you have an off day, and
Right.
I didn't realize immediately like it was like they had to go to take an off for the teachers to go and fought.
Yeah, they do. They do. At least here they do. So today was
Okay,
one of
okay.
those
Life out
days.
there seems to be so interesting. Unlike here in Africa, where like you go to school from Friday to from Monday to Friday, and
Right.
like yes, of course, I had to understand like do they wear uniforms or something like uniforms or
I
something?
mean, out here is different. Like private schools wear uniforms, and regular public schools just wear civilian clothes, like regular gear, like wear what you want. I mean, they're not as strict like the way we grew up. Like, I see kids here, like dropping off my kids. I see kids wearing flip flops to school. I mean, some people actually check in with stuff that borderline look like pajamas, but they don't mind. In public schools, you wear what you want as long as obviously within some certain extent. But yeah, no controls there. Private schools wear uniforms. So in Kenya, it's different because it's uniforms everywhere. It's almost a format of identifying. And I think out here, the only thing it makes it harder as kids grow older. But kids kind of just behave like kids, so you'll always know who they are, even if they're not dressed up in uniform. But yeah.
Okay, somebody
Hola,
somewhere.
compadre. Who's that? Who's that? Like sneaking and like, what? What are you
Okay,
talking?
so
Yeah,
it's
but it's a process. So I still think it doesn't matter. I still think Kenya could work without having kids with uniform. It doesn't matter. Like, si
actually
lazima watu
hanging
wavae
from the
uniform.
other side.
Yeah.
Life is hanging from the other side. So okay, 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 okay. So like private schools also only dress in uniforms, unlike the public schools.
Yeah, private schools are required to kind of wear uniforms. I don't know of any in the United States that don't wear uniforms. Average private school out here, they have a uniform on. So that's the difference.
So when do they like close schools and all this stuff?
It's interesting because they're
Like
about to
today,
close.
the schools were reopening, and my son had to go to school today.
Mhm.
And I don't know how about how.
Let's just say they close during what's technically summer, and summer is coming up. So summer is here, and technically they close in June. So they'll be closed June, mid June, into till end of August. Then they start their new year September through June again. So they technically go to school during winter, fall, winter, and spring, and just the tail beginning of or just the start of summer. So that's how schools work out here. So they tend to be out. They give the kids a chance, at least when the weather is good and it's summer, to be out with their parents and just like not be in school. And when things kind of get cold, nobody's going anywhere during winter. They they start school up again. So that's how it works. But ni shule. Ah, inakaa mgonjwa amepona. Mgonjwa amepona. Eh. Mm, mm. Let her get her rest, man. She needs it. Oh, internet. Yeah, audio, man. So I think next time let's try it. Let's like test it. As I test. Yeah. Rizza, who froze? Somebody's saying you who froze. Oh, they say you're frozen. I no, you're not. On my end, you're not. I see Riz is on the job. Thanks for handling that. VM was just trying to be VM was trying to be a nuisance. VM was trying to be cheeky. Oh wow, he said he refreshed and you're still frozen. Damn. Rizza, that's interesting because he's like okay on my end, so that's interesting that he's frozen on yours. But like I said, man, Kenya is having massive like internet problems. I'm not putting anything past the issues that we're seeing. I am not putting anything. I'm in the IT field. I'm not putting anything past it. Kenya is having like that fiber cable that runs through the Indian Ocean. That thing was compromised. Like something happened to it, and they're actually actively replacing and fixing it. So yesterday was worse. Or Sunday through Monday, you guys are a little bit better now, but clearly there's still stuff going on. Yeah. And it looks like I am like, wow, making life difficult for everybody. Andrea, how's it going, my man? So here's the thing. I do not have a way of like, and this is a weird thing. I have nowhere to chat, to pin, do nothing. I can't do anything. I can only read. Like I'm just reading. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. I can just read. Yeah. Yeah, fun's on that. S1 is on that. Like you said, that's that cricket plan. That's that cricket plan. Try to get this dude on Verizon. Yeah. The Android to Android chat is not happening. No, me, no, actually trying to see. My phone is actually threatening to do a number on me, so I'm trying to figure out if I can I can save my phone. You guys are really like using up my phone resources by the fact that S1 is freezing continuously. Something is right. Man. So I've had the privilege. I'm gonna call it a privilege of living 25 years in Kenya and 25 years in the United States. So with that being said, I think a lot's changed. So this is not Kenya of the Kenya of now is not the Kenya that I left 25 years ago. It's a lot more advanced. It has a lot, like it's a place I can go and just feel like I didn't skip a beat. But with that being said, you still need the money. Kenya is damn expensive. Like when I come out there and travel, I don't feel like, okay, my dollars go a long way, but still I have to watch my budget because I still feel like I'm at par. Like the fast food costs are more or less the same. Food, maybe I save a buck or two, but I still feel like the standard of living is high in Nairobi, Kenya, man. You guys have a lot of stuff that is out here in the Western world, so that's just a thing. Your standard of living is high. That's all I'm trying to say. So it's a nice place to come and be, but at the same time, I don't ever feel like when I leave the United States, come back to Kenya, like I have to make a big change. It just feels like just another day for me, at least. But yeah, so Kenya's come a long way. I don't think that you guys are missing a lot. I think the thing that the United States will always beat a lot of countries with is the fact that that this country is consistent in what they do. I wake up, I know I'm gonna have hot water. I know they're just things that things work. So that takes a lot of stress out of your day-to-day living. It makes a hell of a lot of difference when there's consistency. But I still see a lot of stuff back in Kenya, not a lot, but just enough where you have everything, but either it's not maintained well, so you can have it today, it's not there tomorrow, then you have it again. But that's something that doesn't happen out here. Things are consistent. If I lose power, it's not going to be more than on average 20 to even 10 minutes. On average, unless it's just a major grid issue, yeah, these guys are on the ball. And I think that's the only difference. But you guys have pretty much a lot of stuff that we have here, food wise, living wise, if you want. Like, it's not a big difference. There's a difference is consistency. Every people here do stuff consistently and consistently well. I'm a Catholic. God the Father, God the Holy Spirit, God the Son, all that stuff. The Holy Trinity. Think it's lick, or lika. I'll try and speak up. So what I'm trying to do is I'm adjusting. I'm speaking up a little louder. Yeah, yeah. My neighbor is like, "What's going on?" Yeah, they are. They are. Mhm. You have to go through tests because first of all, Kenya is right hand side drive. Like here, like you guys have a right hand drive. We drive on the right side of the road. You guys drive on the left. Yeah. So you gotta first of all go to school, adjust your. So the thing I struggled with when I moved here was like so you're almost like a child. Granted, I was born here, and I mean I left here as a child, so I didn't. I mean, I wasn't awfully familiar with how things are out here, but I had to learn everything. I mean, crossing the damn road was a new experience for me. Um, Doing the little things, taking a bus, using Metro Rail, that's an intercity or whatever rail system, that was new. I almost felt like I was a child again, having to learn everything over, and that experience was different for me, and, yeah, it was a bit of a struggle because I was 25 and I was having to do these things over, and I was coming from Kenya, where I'd been independent for a while. I was working, I was, like, able to go out, I was able to drive, take myself places, and here I was back in a country where I had to learn the basics, man, right driving on the right, the right side technically of the road, and it was a bit extra, but it's like I started over as a child, yeah. Mm, I mean, yeah. Mhm. You can go through a driving school, but a lot of people just learn at home. I learned from a friend who had a car, so I used his car to learn, and then from there, I went to driving. I read the book. They have a book they issue, so you read the book, you learn. You can choose to go to a driving school if you want to pay for that cost of learning at a driving school, or you just call a friend who has a car and spend some time over the weekend and learn how to drive. So I used a friend. He had a car. Once I was confident that I could go through the rules of the road, I knew what stuff meant. Then he took me to the MVA on a weekend. I booked for a test, and that was it. There's a part where you drive outside, and there's a part where you do the theory part, where you do it on the computer. And if you pass, you get your drivers, you get your actual. It's like a temporary learner's permit of sorts, and you hold on to that for I think a year, if I remember right. Then, so here the difference is your driver's license doubles as your ID. It's not like Kenya, and I'm not sure if that's changed for Kenya. Kenya, you used to have to carry your national ID and also have a driver's license. So here it's different. Your ID is your driver's license. Oh, mhm. Is it laminated or is it just like a card, like a business card? Oh, so it has your picture and all. Oh, hmm. I think I'm familiar with it. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Nice. Oh, oh wow. Got it. Makes sense. Makes Yeah. So you have that, and you cannot drive with a Kenyan driver's license, and also there's a lot that goes into it. You have to get a social security number, have some sort of you have to go through a process. It's really hard just to get a driver's anything out here without being like going through the process. Yeah. Rizzaroni can speak to it if he thinks that the process is different, but I don't see a lot of people who come to visit or on visiting visas learning how to drive or anything. Usually, by the time you're driving, you either live in the country or something to that effect. But I don't know of people who come. I don't think the United States recognizes international driver's licenses. That does not happen. They'll stop you in North Carolina, where RZA is from, and they'll be like, "Sir, I don't know what I'm looking at, but we don't take this stuff here." They'll lock you up. Yeah. Right. 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 Wow. That's wow. Um, it depends on the type of job you have. Like, some people out here don't have cars based off of convenience. Like, it's just not convenient to have one, or I live too close to work. I don't have relatives I have to see over the weekend. I can Uber. It makes sense that way. So there's a lot of reasons behind, like, first of all, not having a car. And then the those who just either doesn't make sense from an income perspective. Like, I'm not making enough to kind of get into a car loan, juggle that with your rent or your mortgage. So there's all those questions that come into play. But you can get a cheap car, you can get a used car, you can get a high mileage car, you can get a car for 3,000 US dollars, um, or even 5,000 US dollars, just pretty much with 100,000 miles or something on it. A lot of people just, when you don't want to spend too much money, just you grab that. You just need a point A to point B car. Nothing flashy. You can get that. So it's not a big deal. It's all personal. Like the average person here has a car because they want it and it makes sense. You have a family, got to drop the kids, got to do a couple of stuff. Other than that, you really a car a car is something people either decide to have one or not. But it's roughly, you can get anything from fancy to your basic 3,000 used, 5,000 used. From there, you can go up to your Lamborghinis if that's what you want. Yeah, yep. So that's it, man. It's not like our day to day work here, our day to day hustle in the US is no different from the hustle out in Kenya. Like, really. It's just like, if you have a 9 to 5, if you own a business, it's, back and forth. Lifestyle vary according to the kind of job you're doing a lot of time. Yeah. But I've done it all, man. I've done it all. I've done all sorts of, like, I've worked front desk. Man, I've done a ton of stuff. But that's what people don't understand. That's a typical, the average American starts working early, man, when they're young, when they're like 16. So they get on and they get jobs. They're either working at a shoe shop, watu wanauza viatu huko, they're working at a restaurant. So hao ni mawaiter. Um, they're doing odd jobs from a very young age, which is not typical Kenya. I'm seeing it now in Kenya. Like, people are getting to start doing typical. Like, you can see people working at KFC a little younger and stuff, but still the young people don't work in Kenya. Like, not a 16-year-old. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. It's a balance. No, a lot of times a car is a loan, right? So you get the loan, and if you qualify, depending on what they call your credit score, then then there you are, your credit score. Your credit score determines. So we have something called a score. I'm not sure if Kenya has it, but I think Kenya does. So you have a score that runs, I think, anywhere from 300 to 700 or 800. 800 being the highest credit score, or I think it goes up to eight something. Or that's your highest score. So the higher your score is, the more credit worthy you are. So the bank looks at you and says, "Hey, this is somebody who knows how to manage debt. They don't default on loans. They pretty much have an 800 score because they're good at managing their finance." So that's how a bank quickly finds out, okay, I can deal with this person. This is not a high risk customer. We're gonna give him a good rate, a low APR on this loan, and get him into a car. And that's how that works. A lot of people do not use their credit cards to buy cars. That's just for your day to day, travel, booking hotel, buying groceries. Hey, and look at that. Look who showed up. Junior Gong. Junior. I think home ownership in the US is personal preference. Like you get to figure out what you want in terms of I've always kind of thought that I mean, I bought a home before, so my personal preference is I looked around, I saw a house I liked, and I got a bank to finance it, but there are folks who would rather be the first in their home, right? Like they built it, they waited, they got the loan, they went through construction. But the thing I dread with oh, Junior says S1 is frozen. Damn that internet in Kenya. Ah, you're frozen in South Africa. Yeah, right. Junior, man, what is going on out in South Africa? Man, I'm trying to find out if Junior is doing any pre-flight checks. But the interesting thing is, you're not freezing for me through this entire call. You're freezing for everybody else, but not me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, I can still hear you. All right, perfect. I can, yeah. You're saying you're frozen. I'm not sure if you're back, but I am watching Junior because I am not sure at this point if Junior is already doing a pre-flight check. Flight 326 is boarding, currently boarding. No problem, man. No problem, man. Junior is cruising at 36,000 feet right now, between 36 and 40. Yeah. Uh, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can speak to buying one, like a house that's already standing, and that's easy. That's just finding a loan that works at a good rate. And as usual, everything, like your credit factors into everything. So you're not going to be sitting there getting into a house that easily if your credit is messed up. But at the end of the day, I'm not a fan of building because with building costs change, right? You can get into a loan, and if your loan falls short, then you have to refinance that again. That could be an issue. And if you're waiting for a year just so that you can almost get to the finish line, then the construction company tells you, oh, we're short X amount of dollars, then now you got to worry about during that entire year that you've been waiting on the house to be finished, is your credit still good? Because if you have to run back to the bank to get additional finances, they're going to run your credit again. And if anything has changed, yesterday's price is not today's price. So you could get into a point whereby now you're coughing double the amount you did initially just because the construction company is short on the house you guys are trying to build. Yeah, so there's a lot of dynamics, and that's why I'm not a fan of waiting on a house to be built out because costs change, costs in timber, costs in metals, everything they use. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, you're gonna have to pay. So that's why I don't mess with trying to construct a house from the ground up. I'd rather just buy it and wrap it up because if you're short of materials and your credit changes within that year that you were building the house, and the bank wants to loan you additional finances and they find that something's changed in your credit, there goes that. You're now at a different APR, they're charging you more, they're loaning you at a higher rate. Makes no sense. Yeah, it's better to just buy a built house. Junior, man, good to see you, man. I am working, yeah, I'm working on that South African mix, man. Junior just sees, I guess, the videos. He just sees me on the stuff I post. Mm. So driving has, I think it's they look at the offense, right? Like, what are they stopping for you? Is it drunk driving? Is it? Trust me, it is not worth being caught up in traffic offenses in this country. You can go broke because your traffic offenses affect your insurance. It affects how you get to work. If you get your license suspended, that could easily mean now I can't drive to work. If I can't get to work, I can't make an income and I can't live. So it's not something I even play around with. Like, I can take an Uber easy before I drive under the influence. Yeah, so I'll take an Uber. I will leave my car in the parking lot, pick it up the next day. If I ever got to the point where I can't drive. Oh, really? Like, one thing in the US, they're just model of cars that are targeted and are stolen more than others. Like, for example, the Kia out here, They break into those cars like a joke. I would dare anybody to try and steal a Tesla. It's virtually impossible to steal. Like you're not gonna break into that car and steal it. There's just too much technology, too much tech going on in a Tesla. It's not worth. The car is recording you. The owner has a copy of the recording. The car has a pin to drive. I mean, how are you gonna break that pin? And the pin is smart that it moves on the screen. So as it moves around the screen, if you looked at my screen, you wouldn't see me punching in my code on a specific spot because the punching screen moves all over. So my fingerprints are all over the screen. So there's just no way of breaking into that car. It doesn't have a start key. It senses and pairs with your phone. It has a credit card, like I showed on that video, that you need to start the car. There's just no way. It's a waste of time. You can't steal it. It's reporting its GPS location. I can see it move. I can talk to anybody who's in it while they're driving. If they ever manage to steal it, I can see them. It's recording on the inside. Like it's a lot going on. I can start messing with controls. I can start turning up the heat in the car. I can do a lot of stuff from my phone. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, if you feel like I gave you or I lent you the car and you're trying to like speed with it and you're driving reckless, I can control that. I can lock the speed down to whatever I want it to be. So there's a lot of things I can do with that car. Hmm. No, no, it's not fingerprint recognition. It's a code, but the screen that presents the code is moving around the screen. It's not in one spot. You see how if you have a code that you draw on your phone. Yeah, yeah, it moves and it has so fingerprints are all over. You'll never figure out if I'm pressing one more than two or three more than four. You'll never know that. Mhm, mhm. Man, they cost anyway. They vary. They vary from 58,000, 60 down to you can find a used one for 28,000 US 20. So they vary according to if do you want it new, do you want it old? Yeah. Oh yeah, they do. They do. They do. Yeah. No, I have to check in with these kiddos and make sure that I dismiss them. I need to dismiss them and make sure they're ready for tomorrow. Yeah, back to school for them. No, they're out of luck. Yep, yep, yep. And I think we'll plan and do this again probably over the weekend or something. Oh wow. Now you can sit back. Yeah. No, I can hear you. And now nobody's sleeping in that house. Right. Oh, nice. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think we do that next time. We can pick a topic to discuss and yeah. Yeah, see that's back. Yeah. Best is we can do a challenge. That was StreamYard. I think it can. It can do almost four. Yeah, four or more. I've seen four. Who? Who are we talking about? Yeah, man. All right. I'ma hop off. If you're still gonna continue with this, I might join back in, but we'll check in. I think he must have seen you frozen. He must have froze on his end. S phone and on it. Yes, sir. It was fun. It was the first time I did it, so I had a blast. Bets, yeah, Bets. It's spelled ONIT hyphen Vision VISION. I'm not sure. Like, it's interesting that he doesn't see my name. So I'm telling you, man. Yeah, something's going on, but we'll figure it out. I'll look at my app settings and all that, and it should be good. Yeah. All right, guys. So look. All right, that's fun. We'll be in touch, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Take care. Thank you. Bye.
Yes. Uh, yes, you're on this side of S-Fan. Now, can you be able to see me? Can you be able to see me? That's way. Can you be able to see me now? And I was co-hosting alongside with On It Vision. So my audio wasn't that good. And of course, it's the first time we are co-hosting with somebody on this YouTube channel. So that's why maybe the audio wasn't coming out very clearly, and maybe the images, the video was frozen on other parts of the world. There are people who are watching from different parts of the world. The video was frozen. I don't know if it's still frozen on your side. That's way. Can you be able to hear me clearly from your side? And are you able to see me now? Yes. Can you be able to hear me now very clearly from the other side? Of course, I was co-hosting alongside the On It Vision, and somehow there was some technical challenge upon when we were just setting up the live stream of going together. So maybe we have just learned from the mistake, and we are looking forward to doing it somehow better than what we have done today, because it was the first time. You can give us the benefit of doubt for not setting it up properly. So yes, thank you, and welcome. Yes, what time is it? What time is it? Parts where you watching this live stream from? And yes, thank you. Yes. Okay. Maybe I think Vision. I think, can we end this live stream? Can we end this live stream? You are still there, as you were trying to check on the kids. What do you think? Can we end this live stream, or at least because thank you. I think if I'm not seeing any signal from the other side, I think it's time I should end this live stream. It's time I should end this live stream, and
thank you for coming. 3 million people in the house. How you doing? How is everything out there? Yes, from Ochengo here from the city of Nairobi, East Africa. So, okay, I think for now, I have to end this live stream and until when we will be having another live stream. From me, I have to say thank you and thank you for taking your time to come to this live stream and thank you for watching. Yes, and your presence here was highly appreciated and it's still highly appreciated. So I have to end this live stream until next time. Let's meet at from me. I have to say thank you and let's meet on our next live stream. Of course, thank you and bye bye. See you.